mic's muted. Hold on. There we go. My mic was muted. Hello. I have returned. I said I wouldn't spend any more money on this channel. And here we are, spending more money on this channel. I got a webcam, so that's kind of why the lighting is not great. And I literally have a light like blasting in my face right now to try to show my face, but I apologize for the quality. I'm still working it out. But hey, fingers crossed, no more glitching. So that's great. So this is, I guess, my new kind of setup for now. You can see a different angle of my room. I don't know if I'm happy about that, but yeah. So hello everyone. This is such an interesting setup. And now I have dual monitors. So I have one I'm looking at for the chat, and then here I'm looking at for my reaction stuff, which is like super cool because I feel a little more pro now. Huge thanks to my mom. She had an extra monitor in the house and got it all dusted off, unplugged it from some stuff, plugged it into my thing, and so far there have not been problems. Cross our fingers. I love how I finally have a more professional, YouTube setup, and it feels like it's coming near the end of my YouTube journey that I finally have everything together. It's unbelievable. This is my life. Anyway, so hello everybody. What is up? Yeah, so today we are reacting to some sci-fi movies that I am personally interested in. One is Dune, Part 2. I went out of my way to not watch the trailer until tonight, just for you guys, so you guys could see my first reaction to this trailer that I've been waiting for months. I mean, months. When I first heard about the Dune trailer and the movie and everything, I knew nothing about the books. And I watched the trailer and I was like, this looks literally amazing. Like, this looks like something we've been waiting for a while, like such a phenomenal sci-fi adventure, whatever, I go to the movie and immediately I feel like, well, first of all, I was late to the movies. I was late by like 5 minutes, so I missed some of the beginning part. But it was so good that I went home, because it was on HBO Max too. I went home and rewatched it. Like, I watched it back to back again because I loved it that much. I'm obsessed with the film score, and I literally listened to it. Like, I listened to it so much last year. Like, it's ridiculous. I hope it's in my Spotify wrap up because I listened to it like just so much. Anyway, so I became obsessed with it, and then I wasn't dating, but I was going on dates with this guy who was more interested in me than I was in him, and he was more or less like love bombing / trying to really impress me, which is actually the worst way to impress me, by being too desperate. And so he bought the Dune book, and I have it on my shelf. My bookshelf's right here. I'm looking at it. And I still haven't read the book because I kind of connected to that guy. So I haven't read the book yet. But at some point I will read the book because I like the movies. And I genuinely feel like the Dune movies, it's like when Lord of the Rings came out. I feel like I'm a part of history, sort of, and I'm really excited. I'm excited for Part 2, and I don't know anything, and I'm going to try to avoid spoilers, even though someone spoiled something that I kind of have an idea of how it might end, and that makes me sad. But nonetheless, for the most part, I'm going to try to go in, no spoilers, and I'm super excited to watch part 2, which I will watch in a sec after we watch another trailer, which is the prequel adaptation of The Hunger Games. I believe it's The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. And long story short, I have a personal connection to the Hunger Games everything. And and it means a lot to me. It's the reason I'm a writer to this day. I give a lot of credit, more than most people would, to the Hunger Games, to Susan Collins, because I don't know if I would be the writer I was without picking up that book. Up until reading that book, I hated reading. I did not read at all. Or if I did, I hated it. I thought I was horrible at it. I thought I was bad at reading comprehension and all of that. I hated reading, which is hilarious because I enjoy writing, and I do enjoy reading certain things now. And I came across the Hunger Games when I was a teenager, middle school, and it changed my life. Like, that was the thing that genuinely changed my life. And since then, I have enjoyed writing, and I always take a little inspiration from the Hunger Games in some way, shape, or form. And so when the movies were coming out while I was reading the books, I was hyped. Now, I will say that outside of Catching Fire, the second of the 4 movies, all the other movies are not great. But Catching Fire is fire, no pun intended. It's one of my favorite movies of all time, let alone the best in the 4 trilogy of the Hunger Games movie adaptations. Now, when the prequel book came out, I thought it wasn't worth it. We didn't need to know more. And if we were going to learn anything in the prequels, it should have been about Haymitch, who was Katniss's mentor, who was played by Woody Harrelson in the movie. If anything, we should have had a prequel about him, or we should have had a prequel about the very first Hunger Games that started everything. Now, my understanding, this is neither of those things. It's about President Snow, who I don't really think we cared that much to get to know more about how he became who he is. I think we got enough from the quick synopsis we got when Finnick was talking about him in the Mockingjay movie and book. We have an idea of how he got to where he is. We didn't really need to watch that. And I don't think it's during the first Hunger Games either. I think it's the 25th Hunger Games or the 50th Hunger Games, one of those. Basically before the 75th Hunger Games, or 74th, which is the one with Katniss and the Catching Fire one. And so they did neither story that would be actually interesting for people to watch. And here we are with now the adaptation, which I guarantee is not going to be great. Yeah, I am sad that the very thing that has inspired me to be a writer and just love sci-fi, and it's come to this. It's sad. It makes me sad. But here we are. Nonetheless, here we are. So I'm really excited to show you guys my reaction to it, because I'm curious myself, my thoughts that are going to be happening with this whole situation, because I doubt I'm going to be happy about it. But yeah, so all right, well, off to a great start already, giving me a heart attack. Thank you. So yeah, I'm going to be reacting to it. You guys let me know your thoughts on the trailer, as well as just your overall thoughts on Hunger Games, on them making a prequel, if you guys even have any thoughts on the Hunger Games, because you may not, you know. I think a lot of people think it's only like a teenage thing, but it's not. If anything, like, this is something that like my generation, my age group is going to care the most about because we were like teenagers when it was coming out, versus younger people who were probably like elementary school when this came out, or they were older than us. They were like high school, college, and they may care or may not care. It's basically just how like I grew up with Avatar: The Last Airbender as a kid, and so watching the Last Airbender movie was just horrible. And now they're trying to make an adaptation with Netflix, or are they? I don't know. It keeps going back and forth. They are, and then they're not, and then I don't know. But anyway, I don't know why this is so loud. Jesus. Um, yeah. So I'll raise the volume a little bit so you guys can hear it. And here we go.
I am honored to introduce to you the creator of the Hunger Games themselves.
Oh my god. I feel like Viola Davis is someone who is always in something. Like they have to have her in something so that no one thinks it's racism somehow. Yeah. I I have no words. Yeah. I just wanted to double check because I'm like paranoid and I feel like, let me see. Okay, yeah. All right, hold on. Let me check one thing real quick. Yeah, I was right. Okay. I was getting paranoid. I was like, something tells me my mic is not plugged in and you guys can only hear me from the webcam. And I was right. Oh boy, good thing I didn't start reacting and you only heard it from that. I think I would have like had a nervous breakdown. I'm glad I trusted my gut to be like, no, this isn't plugged in correctly. Oh boy. Sorry about that. My audio probably did not sound great for like 15 minutes. I apologize. Okay. All right. Here we go. I know nothing because I didn't read the book. So I have no idea what's going on right now. I don't know who Viola Davis is. I don't know if the character she plays is actually black or not. Like in the books, this one character, Boggs, he is white, but in the movie they had Marshala Ali play him, and I'm like, why is a black guy playing a white guy character? That's weird. But then like other characters like Rue and um what was his name? Not I can't remember his name. But anyway, those were black characters, so it worked. But I didn't. Anyway, not the point.
Dean Casca High Bottom.
Okay, first of all, we don't know who any of these people are. So this is very niche right now. Like the thing I liked about um the Dune trailer is that if you never read the books and had no idea what Dune was, which I didn't, it still had you interested because they were still showing you that, oh, this is a story about a kid who is prophesized to be the Messiah or who is going to go on a quest to become a leader. Like, yeah, we can hold on to that. Even the first Hunger Games, like, oh, this is about a chick who is protecting her sister in this world that kills children. Great. But already I have no idea who these people are. And the music's trying to make you feel like, oh, this is a very important person. But we didn't read the books. We don't know who this is. Also, what's his name? Peter Dinklage is also another person that I feel like they have to put in stuff nowadays, either because he was in Game of Thrones or again just diversity hire. Like I don't know. Like he's everywhere. Cool Voices, Viola has been in a bunch of big things these few years, been put in work. To be honest with you, I don't know if it's work as much as like she's just like flavor of the hour and she's like their diversity shield from criticism if a movie or show is bad. Cause that's where we're at right now. We're using the Negroes for shielding against criticism. Nice. Nice. New slavery, what? Okay.
I have summoned you all here for the 10th annual reaping ceremony, in which we choose 2 children from each district to fight to the death in the Hunger Games.
From District 12, Lucy Gray Baird.
There has been a change this year. As a mentor, Mr. Snow, your role is to turn these children into spectacles, not survivors.
What does my mentor do besides bring me roses?
I do my best to take care of you.
You really want to take care of me in that arena? Start by thinking I can actually win.
I'm Lucky Flickerman, first ever host of the Hunger Games.
Enjoy the show.
5, 4,
Enjoy the show.
3, 2.
Enjoy the show. Enjoy the show.
So I only know this because for a while I was following this booktuber who is hilarious, and he read the book. I actually have to go back and rewatch that video. And his name is Caleb Joseph, I believe. And he's hilarious, and he's a booktuber. I don't really follow his stuff as much anymore, but I have to go back and rewatch his review of this book. And he was a big fan of the Hunger Games like I was. And he was basically saying that this book was not necessary and also annoying and confusing because apparently Snow was a mentor before he was president of Panem. Panem is basically the United States in the future. And so he, how do I put this? He starts out as a decent person turned bad person, but the arc of my understanding from Caleb reading it is not properly fleshed out. So it's kind of just like he's this way, now he's that way, and that's it. I would have to read the book, and I don't want to. I don't want to taint the admiration I had for Susan Collins. I can't bring myself to do that. But anyway, so apparently there was one of his proteges, one of the tributes, way before Katniss, who I'm guessing it's supposed to show that, like, and she was from District 12 too, so I guess it's supposed to show parallel that, like, the nemesis between Katniss and President Snow was always there because he had this connection with someone in District 12 years ago. And it's like, but why? Like, it doesn't have to be that deep sometimes. Like, sometimes it can just be that, like, the person's evil and the protagonist has to stop them, and there is no history between them, or there isn't something that, is within the hero that reminds the villain of someone else they cared about or knew. It doesn't have to be like that. And if you're gonna do it that way, this is just not the way to do it. At least make the person, like, related to Katniss, but I don't think this character is related to Katniss at all, like her great grandmother or something. So it's very weak. The connection's very weak. Yeah.
What happens in there, fueled with the terror of becoming prey, See how quickly we become predator? See how quickly civilization disappears?
There's a natural goodness built into us all. We can step across that line into evil or not.
You hear that, boy? It's the sound of snow falling.
I get it because it's President Snow when he's younger and in love and whatever. I got it. Thank you. Um, this ain't it though. And also that arena did not look scary at all. Like, so the first Hunger Games arena was in the forest, sort of. It was like a forest, there was a field, there was trees. It was great because Katniss grew up in that environment, so she kind of had an advantage in the first one. In the second one, which was even a more genius arena, it was mostly ocean and jungle, and neither were safer than the other. The jungle was full of different sections because the arena in the second movie, was a clock. So there were sections, 12 sections, and in each one was its own nightmare of hell that would unleash every hour. So the first hour, there was the monkeys. The second hour, there was this fog that like ate your skin away and you died horrifically. In another one, there was a tsunami. In another one, there was a blood rain. It was horrific. It was great to read as a kid. But yeah, it was terrifying. And staying on the beach wasn't necessarily safe because if the other tributes were on the beach, they'll try to kill you. Or there might be certain things like the tsunami wave. So you can't why would you go to the beach for that, it just was not great. And even the first one with the woods and everything was not safe either because depending on like how the game makers were feeling and where you were in the arena, they would send wolves, they would send these bees that stung you and gave you horrible hallucinations. It was a hot mess. Watch the movies if you can handle gore. But that little arena with some rubble and stuff, that doesn't look dangerous. Seriously? Okay.
How wonderful that we all get to be here for someone's final performance.
It's not just about winning.
Everything is about winning.
You monsters! All of you!
Were those rainbow snakes? What off? Also, how are they? I'm confused. Like this is still the building blocks. So we're not yet in the like 75th, year of the Hunger Games with Katniss around. So like they're allowed to like roam free and stuff. I'm so confused. Unless this is maybe a flashback or like President Snow knew this girl because he originally came from District 12. Is that what that was? I can't remember what Caleb said about like maybe Snow also came from District 12, which is the connection with Katniss. I can't quite remember. I still don't like it though. But look at this.
That we all get to be here.
Yeah, they're
For
like
someone-
hold on. They're like hanging out.
How wonderful that we all get.
Like what is this? Or is this a flashback? Did he come from District 12? I should read the book so I have more context, but it'll probably just make me angry because I'll be like, that doesn't make sense or that's not helpful to the story.
To be here
Anyway,
for someone's final performance.
I actually thought that was Stanley Tucci because that's Stanley Tucci played what's his name originally in the movie adaptation. I can't think of the character's name. It's been a while. And I thought that was Stanley Tucci just with CGI, but no, it's a different actor. I've seen that actor before somewhere. He kind of looks like Stanley Tucci, so that was good casting. And then this person's face looks familiar. I think they were in Euphoria. I think they were in Euphoria as Zendaya's
girlfriend or something in Euphoria. I didn't watch Euphoria. I've just seen like clips from people talking about it. But yeah, look at these rainbow snakes.
Everything is about winning.
Look at these rainbow snakes. Oh my god. That's so stupid. Cuz the Hunger Games has like mutations. Mutations is like a big thing. So the Capitol will make mutations to terrorize people in the arena. And then in Mockingjay, where they're actually heading towards the Capitol, even the Capitol is set up like an arena of sorts with booby traps. And at a certain point, they do let out mutations in the sewers, which is where Katniss and her group heads into to try to get to the Capitol quicker so that they're not found by guards. But with that comes being trapped in these smaller spaces. And of course, the president releases mutations. Those mutations are these lizard looking people that are freaky. And I will admit the movie did a pretty good job of like properly adapting how creepy they are without the eyes and everything, just the mouth and the scales and the tail and everything. Yeah, that wasn't fun. The mutation in Catching Fire are these monkeys. I think they're like orange monkeys or like a weird, not normal looking colored monkey. Um, Maybe they were purple monkeys. I don't think it was orange. I think it was purple. Anyway, and then in the first Hunger Games, the mutation was wolves that had the eye colors and eye look of the tributes who already died, which was very disturbing. They didn't do that in the movie, and I was annoyed because that would have been so good and so creepy. But in the books, they did, and that was creepy. Because it made you wonder, did they take the tributes' eyes out? Because what happens is when tributes die, the Capitol will come in with like a helicopter thing, pull the dead body out, whatever, and the games keep going. So it makes you wonder, like, did they dissect them? Did they take their eyes out and like implant them in these mutated wolves or something? Like, you just don't know. But this time around, you have what? Rainbow snakes? What are they gonna do? Bite you and make you gay? Like, what is this? Or maybe they'll cause you to hallucinate, like the tracker jacker wasp things in the first one. Like, what is this? This looks so stupid. I don't like it. It looks like that the oil spills you'll see sometimes at a gas station. It looks like that.
Monsters! All of you!
I doubt that there's still people at this point that work for the Capitol that would have a breakdown like that. I doubt, because this is at least the 25th Hunger Games, maybe. So by that point, it's been what, 25 years or maybe less. I don't know. I never understood how long between each Hunger Games. Like, if it was like a typical reality TV show or something where it's like, oh, it's like during the fall, or it's every year, or it's twice a year. Like, I never could figure that out, or I forgot. So maybe it's not 25 years, but that's just so forced. It's so forced. Most people who work in the Capitol, which they go out of their way to show in the Hunger Games movies, especially the first and second one, they are oblivious. They are like celebrities. They are out of touch with reality, and they are out of touch with other people in the districts who have to go into the Hunger Games. People within the Capitol don't have to go to the Hunger Games. Now, that could be because they are afraid that if they don't adhere to the capital, which is like, the capital, it's like the main city, whatever, of the whole country, whatever, that President Snow resides at, that they'll then go to the Hunger Games or something. But I don't think that's how it was. I think people genuinely, because they grew up in luxury and prestige and comfort and delicacies, like, they just literally, like, they don't care. There's literally a scene in Catching Fire where Peeta and Katniss are with the fancy people at the Capitol during one of their like tours after winning, and they literally will take a shot of something that causes them to throw up on purpose so that they can keep eating. So it's literally like gluttony, like literally. And meanwhile, there are people throughout most districts, especially District 12 that Katniss and Peter are from, that they go to bed starving a lot of days. They're eating the tiniest meat off of bones most days. And so the night and day of, like, people in the Capitol understanding or empathizing with the pain or suffering. Like, these people watch the Hunger Games for fun. They watch children get slaughtered for fun. They place their bets. They offer supplies, the way that, like, you would give your favorite shirt to a celebrity to sign. Like, that's how they see this. So the idea that someone in the Capitol, especially one of the game makers, would be like, you're all monsters, that's not happening. It doesn't matter if it's the first Hunger Games. It's not happening. The whole point of the Hunger Games, according to President Snow and the uh, brainwashing they try to do, is that um, the Hunger Games was made so that there would no longer be war, and basically to keep the districts in line, so that instead of causing death and destruction through war, they sacrifice their children through these brutal, violent games, and it keeps the peace, keeps the order, keeps from rebelling or war, whatever bullshit that they try to make people believe that most people don't, but they're too afraid to fight, which is not much different from nowadays. But anyway, yeah, a person in, especially a game maker, they're not going to be like, you guys are monsters. Like, it's their job to make a sport out of killing people. Like, it's not like you don't know what you're doing in this job. Like, no. No.
It's the things we love most that destroy us.
It sucks because this is my birthday. Everyone take a screenshot now. This is my actual birthday. No lies. I have nothing to hide. What are you going to do knowing my birthday? Not much. This comes out on my birthday, which is a sign that even though I don't want to watch this, I should watch it. So I am. I'm going to go see it. On my actual birthday, I don't know, but I'm going to go see it. It's not going to be good at all. I'm going to be confused as hell what's going on because I didn't read the book and I probably won't. I just love that at the end they bring the voiceover. I forgot the actor's name who originally played President Snow, and he did a great job. He said it's the things we love the most that destroy us or kill us. He was talking to Katniss, and he said this before he agreed to let Peeta go because he had already brainwashed Peeta to kill Katniss, unbeknownst to her, when she was on a rescue mission in the Mockingjay movie / book. The thing is, watching this, you still wouldn't necessarily think that the guy is playing President Snow. Like, I don't think it's as obvious as some people are going to think. Like, the Hunger Games movies, it's been a minute. So I don't know if people are going to put 2 and 2 together that this is a prequel about President Snow. And again, why would you want to watch a movie about President Snow? Like, who wants to see that? I don't. But I'm going to see it anyway. Because it comes out on my birthday. Okay, so The moment we've been waiting for, okay? Everybody shut up, okay? Shh. All right? Everybody shush. We're about to watch what I've been waiting for all this time. Went out of my way to not watch it so I could watch it with you guys. So everybody be quiet. We're watching it, okay? Glucose Daddy says, I like deserts. I like them where they are. That's why I don't read books with deserts in them. Interesting words. Thank you. But yeah, everybody shush. We're about to watch this. I may not give my thoughts until the end of the trailer, so I apologize in advance if you just see my face like, all right, here we go. Shh.
It's breathtaking. When you see sand here, imagine water. If you dive in, you can't reach the bottom.
You dive in.
Yes, it's called swimming.
I don't believe you.
In the shadows of Arrakis lie many secrets. But the darkest of them all may remain. The end of House Atreides. Your father didn't believe in revenge. What if Paul Atreides was still alive?
Oh my god. Okay, I'm gonna pause for a sec. Oh my gosh. I'm already excited, guys. Oh, I'm already excited. It's so much to take in, and I'll probably watch it again on my own just to take in like every shot. That was the thing about the first movie when I watched it in theaters, and it really just was a moment for me, which I'm allowed to have. There was so much cinematography that took my breath away, and I'm so excited for that to happen again. I already see some of it in the trailer, but as someone who loves movies and loves writing and writes and is going to acting classes and all of that, like I really have a love for movies and how they're made. And when people really have a love and dedication, you see it in the movie. And the director of this movie clearly loves this story and wants to tell it with as much care as he can within, the time frame of a movie versus a book. Obviously, there's only so much you can do with that. But I just I almost don't want to push play. Like I almost don't want to know anything else. Like just this is enough. Like when I tell you the Dune movie, it was like this. It's gonna sound so cheesy, but it was like this spiritual awakening of a movie where I was just like, it's been not a long time, but it's definitely been a while since I went to the movie theater and I was like, this is why you go to a movie theater. Like, this is why you go, Not like all this mid-level movies, storytelling, all of that garbage, Most of these Marvel films nowadays, they're just not good at all, and you'd rather just watch it at home. But Dune is one of those movies where you're like, this is why I go to the movie theater. This right here, Oh my gosh. I just I don't want to know anymore, but I have to, I have to push
Now you
play.
dream about your first ride.
Don't try to impress anyone. You're brave, we all know that. Be simple. Be direct. Nothing fancy.
I understand. Nothing fancy.
never use people in trainings.
We gave them something to hope for.
That's not hope!
May thy knife chip and shatter.
Can I just say how much I love the music? I already talked about it earlier in the stream, but I've listened to the soundtrack so many times that when I hear that lady start singing, I go to another place. I swear to God, like I'm not here. I'm not here. I am not on Earth anymore. I'm not here. Oh my gosh. I want to watch it again. There's so much to take in. I am so excited, and something tells me that there's probably going to be a part 3. There might be a trilogy, in which case let's do it. I am totally on board with the trilogy of Dune. I'm excited for more world building. I'm excited to see Paul again. I think Timothée Chalamet does a great job. I am a fan of his acting. I'm excited to see his relationship with Zendaya's character. You guys know how I am about Zendaya and interracial couples. I'm obsessed. That's all I'm going to say. I'm excited to hear the film score from Hans Zimmer, who knocked it out the park. Okay, with the first one, he made like 3 albums. Like he knocked it out the park. I've listened to all of them. He's knocked it out the park. I don't know. I'm just excited to learn more about this world, about these people, about the politics, about the philosophy and spirituality kind of woven within the sci-fi world. I'm just excited. I I don't know what's going to happen, but I'm excited. Um yeah, I'm a little concerned, like, because someone slightly it was my fault because I was going through the comments of something, but someone slightly spoiled what might happen, which I was like, okay. But I'm still excited. Whether my hunch is right or not, I'm still excited to watch this. I'm still excited to have a reason to actually go to the movie theater. Um it sucks that like Hollywood's at a place right now where you can't trust them to offer even just passionate storytelling, let alone good storytelling, but even just passionate storytelling. It all feels so sludge, going through the motions, bullshit. I'm tired of it. It's not worth it to go to the movie theater. You might as well just wait for it to pop up on HBO Max. After this stream, I'm gonna watch Shazam, the second one, because what was the point of seeing it in the theaters? It probably wasn't gonna be that great, writing wise. I love Zachary Levi, I always will, but like the writing, come on now, it's not worth it to go see in the movie theater. The movie theater is like this, or at least it used to be, almost like this. It's gonna sound so cheesy, but just brace yourself. But it was like this temple for the storytellers, and you were there to witness something. You were there to experience something, and it's not that anymore. You don't feel invested. You don't feel transported. You don't feel in any way challenged, changed with your perspective on yourself, life, philosophy, emotions, relationships, the things that movies are supposed to be about. Movies are supposed to be about emotions. They're supposed to be about humanity, and we have lost that. And only here and there do I see it kind of. I see it kind of with Dune, which is why I'm excited to go see it. I see it kind of with certain new story ideas here and there I see trailers for. But for the most part, people are not willing to take risks. They're not willing to be vulnerable, explore humanity. And so now, once in a blue moon, you get something like Dune to be excited for, and everything else, you're kind of just like, oh, I might watch it on Netflix when it comes out. Like, that's when you really think about, like, that's where we've come to in storytelling and movies. It's sad. Like, it's honestly sad. Like, the world needs all different types of people, and artists, storytellers, filmmakers, writers, those are included in society and needed. Like, when storytellers fail, they don't just fail on themselves, they fail on society. Where are we in society without stories? And again, I'm not knocking people who have other jobs of trades. I'm just saying, where are we without stories in society? We're lost. Storytellers are supposed to explore truth. They're supposed to explore sorrow, pain, triumph, hope, loss, all of it. We're not seeing it. Hollywood's not taking risks anymore. So again, that's why you have to end up supporting, independent storytellers who are willing to take the risk, some of which are on streaming services, some of which are not. You have to, really look them out. But we can't rely on Hollywood to give us stuff like Dune, all the time. It's just not going to happen. It's just not. Yeah. Anyway, let's see. Hi Ninja 2. Doom Part 1 oozes passion. It does. It does. I couldn't agree more. Can't remember the last time I went to a movie theater. I've been there more recently. I would like to go more often, but again, there aren't movies that really make it worth going. So it does sound impressive. It does sound impressive. Hans Zimmer is such a legend. He is. I always loved his film scores, some more than others, but this is one of those projects where I'm so glad that he's working on it. Because I don't know if anybody would have been able to do it the way he could, Like, once that lady's, I don't know where they found this lady from that does this singing. I don't know where they found this lady, but she is amazing. And I would like her to sing all the time because it's amazing. Also, birthday month. Guess what we're seeing? Birthday month. We're seeing this and the Hunger Games. Woot woot. Oh man, that'll be exciting. Dune Part 2 will remind people why the theatrical experience can't be rivaled. It cannot. Exactly. I was talking to my mom about this. I'll say this and then I'll wrap up for tonight. Going to the theater is an experience. And even though it sounds pretentious coming out of Nicole Kidman, it does not to people who actually work jobs every day and deal with actual suffering and not luxury 24/7. Going to the movies is an experience. It is just magnificent. It really is. I'm not trying to sound pretentious. It's magnificent. But it has to be a movie worth seeing in the theater. It's not just the fact that, like, the lights go dim and we're transported to another world. It's also like the energy when you're around other people and you're all together witnessing something together. There's a connection there. And you may never see that person ever again in your entire life, but there's a connection there. This is also what stories do. They bring people together, literally and emotionally. And we're not getting that as much anymore. And it's frustrating. It's very frustrating. I would love to still go to movie theaters more often, but there just aren't enough movies that make it worth it. I mean, at some point, I would love to have my own home theater, but that is probably years and years and years down the line. So, in the meantime, I would like movies like Dune to be worth going to the movie theater for, instead of, being at home and being like, let's just watch Shazam 2, downstairs on HBO Max or Prime Video, Hulu, wherever it is. I have no idea. That's where it's at right now. But yeah, I'm super excited about Dune coming out. It looks great so far. I'm probably going to rewatch the trailer a few times to try to really dissect it. When the first movie came out and the trailer came out, I think I watched it once, maybe twice. And then after I saw the movie, I actually watched the trailer again to realize, like, this was just so, even the trailer just really had you intrigued. And it showed you a lot, but you couldn't put the pieces together because you don't know. And this is the same way. I have no idea what's really going to happen in this one. And that's good. That's good. That's another thing that's missing from Hollywood nowadays is refrain, having self-control to be like, let's not show them everything in the trailer. Let's leave some mystery so they actually come to the movie theater. I know. Wow. Amazing. Such a genius idea. Never thought of it in my entire life. Anyway, yeah, so that's it for tonight. Not a long stream. I just wanted to make up for the glitch now that I have my webcam, which I'm still not a fan of the lighting. It's a bit dark for me. I think I need to figure out what I'm going to do with my lights in my room, try to make this lighter. I think part of it's just the webcam. But yeah, no glitches this time. Oh my god, yay! But yeah, thanks everybody who stopped by to watch my reaction to 2 movies that I am excited to watch, either because I'm excited that it's going to be trash, which is the Hunger Games one, or I'm excited that it's going to be genuinely amazing, which is Dune. Yeah, I hope to keep doing some live streams. I have no idea if I'm going to do a video. I was thinking maybe doing a movie reaction to the movie Belle, or telling you guys my personal offensive thoughts on Shadow and Bone and how I don't like it. So that might cause some feathers with some people. Or I might do some High School Musical nostalgia stuff. I don't know. I never know when I get on here what I'm gonna do until I do it, so. But hopefully we'll do some more live streams. I have no idea when that's happening, so just keep a lookout. If there's some more trailers that stop by, my neck of the woods, I'll try to react to those. Or, I'll just hang out with you guys and we'll just stare at each other until, one of us turns to dust or something. I don't know. But yeah, thank you guys for coming out. I'm going to go watch Shazam now and probably not really care for it much and be sad that Zachary Levi's not in something better, especially since I've been rewatching him in Chuck lately, because that show was actually good and funny. Yeah, I guess that's it. Have a good night, everyone, or morning, afternoon, wherever you are. All right, bye. Aww.